world that needs Xperia. Without that being said, the man with one wife, Mr. Erik Robinson.
Thank you, Cynthia Swiggin. Woo! Man, is this call on fire today or what?
Yes, man. Yes.
Oh, it's heating up, y'all. It's heating up. Wow, I feel like I'm so close. Anyway, I'm excited today. I'm fired up. I got my new green sheet shirt on. It's the old version. Everybody gets a green sheet. So I got a question for you. I need y'all to come off mute. I know y'all feeling the energy, but I still got to hear one more time. Please help me. Let me know. Team, y'all ready?
Fired up.
Me.
Team.
Go. Fired up.
We think you said
Fired
up.
Fired up.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, E.
Yes, sir.
You know how you do the echo, right? You got to find a clip somewhere with an old Tricky Rick echo so they can really understand where you got it from one day, all right?
I would do that. Yes. Man, you know what? Just talking about old school, I just found on my we cleaned out my mom's house yesterday, and I don't know, Erica must have got it, my daughter, an EU Future Funk album. It was sitting on my kitchen table. I'm like, man, wow, that's a throwback. The Future Funk album. But real quick, y'all, I got a couple of announcements to make. I want to shout out some people who made the Entrepreneurs Lounge. Now, I can't hit everybody. If I miss your name, I'm sorry. And I know some of y'all are part of other organizations, so I don't want to miss anybody's name, but I'm just going to shout out some people I know from our organization. Adrian Robinson, and I may miss some names here. Woohoo! And I'm just going through, and hopefully people got their name listed, you know, like the Rios name beside it. You know what, Eric? I'm gonna shout it out because in the Entrepreneurs Now just tonight. So I had this list already, and I'm sorry, prepared, but I didn't have it. So I'm just gonna go through Mr. Eddie Newbine, shout him out.
Nice.
And I may be missing some people once again. If I miss anybody's name, don't get mad. I know Isaiah Robinson, shout him out. Woohoo! This is for the month of August. Young Money Millionaires in the house doing their thing. Julian Rojo, Nancy Rojo.
Okay.
And Takesha Carr. Woohoo! She goes by Keisha Carr on here, so you almost fooled me, Takesha Carr. Kirsten Martin, but I think they go by Christy Martin, so shout her out. And Miss Leah Lynch, Executive Director Leah Lynch. Shouting some people out. Luis Martinez. Mark Zimko. He actually goes by Mark Zimko in here, Jock. Just so
Are you serious?
Yes. Mark Zimmerman. Margie Vickroy. Shout her out. And I'm going through, man, it's a long list. Meffrey Brown. Shout her out. Yes. Boom, 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 boom. We just on the M's. Boom, boom, boom. I said Nancy. Okay, y'all. All right, y'all. Now I'm waiting for like who's the last? We want to the O's to the P's. I'm going fast. I'm going fast. Having a speed reading. I don't want to miss anybody. Rosalind Rana Big. All right. Sherelle Lowry. That goes with Sherelle and Corey J. Shout them out. Woo. Siobhan and Donzel Bowman. All right, coming at the 10 o'clock is coming at me. All right. If I missed anybody, please don't get mad. I'm just going fast as I can. But I want to shout out all the winners who made the Entrepreneurs Lounge. That's a big deal. So that is a really big deal in getting promoted and making the Entrepreneurs Lounge. So please shout out all the winners. Anybody on the line that didn't say your name and you did, you know you made it, shout it out, please. If you're on the line now, you know you made it. Please shout it out, say your name. Say, yeah, typing that's me.
Sitting all day working on my computer because we were working from home.
All right.
Logged on, but not locked in.
Yep. So maybe that was her way of saying, hey, I made it, but let me know. So with that being said, today we want to jump right into there. Okay. So now we got the shout outs and I got that part together. I want to take two, start it again. Boom. All right. It's our last day, y'all. Last day of this week. We're here together. And Entrepreneurs Lounge tonight, please, if you made it and you qualified, make sure you register and attend it. And this month, we need to all attend. I want to say something what Jock talked about earlier. He talked about the pre-launch. The reason why we're talking about this pre-launch, y'all, we got a pre-launch. We're now getting ready to be halfway through the second month of the pre-launch. We pre-launched in August, September, October, November. Think about it, we still got a lot of ways to go. Are y'all hit with me?
Yeah, man.
We got a lot of room to go. Why is the pre-launch so central to what we're doing? Because people, when you reach back out to your folks and new folks and old folks, you can tell them this is the pre-launch. They haven't missed anything.
Right.
See, y'all got the psychology of not missing. Ooh, the psychology of getting in early. Ooh, we're talking about business. This is money, right? We're in business to make money. So when you're telling people, when it comes to business, if I can get in on something rock solid before, oh my goodness, that's where I want to be. Are y'all with me?
Yep.
Tell me before the money's dried out. Are y'all catching it, right? See, business people understand that. Sometimes people who don't understand business, never been in position, don't recognize where they are. So because they're used to going to something already set, already built. They're not looking for any type of return. They're looking for, how can I put my labor into this? Are y'all catching that? Ooh. Mm-hmm. See, there's a difference between I want to return from that I'm selling my labor. When you're selling your labor, you're selling your hours. Like a lot of times in the job, you're selling your labor, your manpower, your skill power. When you're transferring your labor skills, well, time may get in early doesn't matter. Why? Because if I'm going to be paid $20 an hour or $60,000 salary, whatever it is, it doesn't matter if I came first, second, third, fourth, or fifth. Are y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
You know, and sometimes it may be even better to come in late. Think about like in the NBA, those people are selling their labor, their skills, right? Well, the people came before Magic Johnson, they didn't get paid as much as now some of these newer players are getting, right? Some of these new players getting $100 million contracts, $200 million contracts. They came a little bit later. They're selling their labor, right? But the owners of the NFL teams are different. The players, as a labor, it was better sometimes to come in a little later. Let them figure it out because I'm the player. High paid labor, but still labor nonetheless. Are y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, think like an owner. The owner wants to get in early. Magic Johnson was a player. He made some money. I mean, he got the first $1 million a year contract. It was 25 years for $1 million a year. Record-breaking contract. Now people are making $25 million in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? He had 25 years to do that because they came in later. But then when Magic Johnson became an owner, he's just now the new owner of the Washington football team. He got in the game later. He bought the football team for $6 billion.
With a B.
With a B. From the person who bought it before him for $800 million. See, the owner who got in early paid $800 million. Dan Snyder. Well, the guy before Dan Snyder, Jack King Cook, who bought the team, probably bought it for a couple of $100,000. See, the owner got in early. Jack King Cook paid a couple of $100,000. Sold it to Dan Snyder for $800 million. Ooh. Then Dan Snyder sold it to Magic Johnson for $6 billion. How many of y'all would like a $5.2 billion sale profit on a sale? Generational, lifetime income on one sale. Why? Because I got in early. I got in before Magic.
Hey, Eric, and a lot of people don't realize Dan Snyder was in a multi-level marketing company and got money, filthy rich from that multi-level marketing company and used that money to fund other projects.
Come on, man.
Woo.
See, people don't get catching that. See, that's why the pre-launch is so exciting. See, when you think like the owner, are y'all hearing me? When you think like the employee, you waiting for salaries to go up. I remember my first job, I got just above minimum wage of $3.75. Couldn't tell me nothing. I was making minimum wage was $3.25. I was making $3.75. Matter of fact, $4.25 as a produce clerk for Shoppers Food Warehouse. Right? That's what I was doing. I was my first job, produce clerk, Shoppers Food Warehouse. Minimum rate was $3.25. They started some people on $3.75, but they put me in produce for $4.25. Couldn't tell me nothing. $4.25 an hour. Dun 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 dun. I was the man.
You and
Right?
Buck was balling.
Well, I was balling, brother. I was over minimum wage. Now later, now they got minimum wage as an employee. Minimum wage is a lot higher, right? I think it's like $15 an hour. So minimum wage is a different story. But trying to buy a grocery store franchise, the property value is through the roof. Are y'all with me? You should have bought that property as an owner when the property was low. Are y'all catching that? See, the owner, you want to get in early. As an owner, I want to buy property in DC 20 years ago when I could get the same house for 800,000 or 80,000. Now that same house is going for $1 million. Y'all catching that? See, that's why this pre-launch is so critical. I want y'all to set the mindset, because Jock, you laid it down. Why are we talking about the pre-launch? Because from a business perspective, getting in early. So you got to sell this. That's what I want to share with y'all. We got to sell that, understand. Are y'all catching that? That's a marketing strategy. You got to be able to articulate it and sell that message. Type in yes if y'all catch picking on what I'm putting down. Yes or yes. Y'all understand. I want to make sure I'm really trying to clear on what we're saying. All right, I got some yeses in the chat. Cool, cool, cool. Twan, you got your hand up? Talk to me. Or is that a yes hand? Are you driving? All right. So I'm not sure, Twan. I think you were just saying yes. I know you want to move. But if you guys,
Yes, I was saying yes. I'm trying to take it down.
okay, no problem. Don't worry about taking it down. You focus on the road. So
I got it.
that's why this pre-launch is a critical stage, y'all. Okay. Another quick news update. Young Money Millionaires is going to be Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be the VGO Tuesday at 7 p.m. Tuesday, 7 p.m. is going to be on experialife.com is our regular BTO. We're going to do Young Money Millionaires on Tuesday and the regular one on Wednesday. And it's going to be geared towards the Young Money Millionaires section. Isaiah is going to be doing the BTO, VGO, BTO. He's launching it. So you got some young people under 35. That's where you want to be at. Are y'all with me? And it might the slides might be a little bit different to cater towards that young money section. We don't know yet, but we're gonna put it together. So it's probably gonna be a little slightly different just to cater towards that group of entrepreneurs. So Tuesday, 7 p.m., Young Money Millionaires is getting it in. But guess what? You hear what he's saying? He's doing a relaunch. He wasn't doing it for everybody else. He was doing it for himself. You know, Tawana, he was taking notes when you talk about going out to events in different places. So last night he said, man, I think we were talking about events. So he went to an event last night. He was like, man, you know what? I'm making some connections. Boom, I'm meeting some people. He's like, I got to get back. I got to get out there and start doing events. Now, he was already doing some events before, but now he's starting realizing I am an agent. I'm getting out there. What am I doing? I know what I'm doing. So now when I'm at an event, I know how to market myself. Are y'all with me? So you can attend the event. You can go to a movie theater. That's an event, but I'm here just to watch the movie. Or am I here to looking at and start talking to people, connecting with people? I'm in line. Hey, this is what I do. You getting popcorn? I'm getting popcorn. Ooh, you know what? So I see you got the kids, you know, hey, let me give you my car. You know about this $1 million baby policy while I'm in the line? I'm at the movie theaters. And they out there moving the kids. Guess what? Maybe you go to the movies. I don't like kid movies, but now I'm just giving some ideas. Maybe I need to go to some more kid movies, because guess who's going to be at kid movies? Parents with their kids, right? Instead of going and seeing crazy nightmare, which is rated R75, you know what I mean? Rated MA, go see, you know, I don't know, Winnie the Pooh. Right? You're like, oh man, I don't want to go see no Winnie the Pooh. I want to go see Crazy Nightmares and watch them chop them up and kill them. No, ain't no kids at that movie. I'm gonna go see Winnie the Pooh. All these parents and kids around, it's everybody. It's like, man, it's a free fall. Ooh, I just gave some of y'all an idea. Yes or yes? I know some of y'all, now everybody gonna be at the movie theater looking at going to kid movies. Just thinking about, you got to change the way We got to change the way you're approaching things. Are y'all with me? Yes or yes? So what's the training for today? Hopefully we got some things and we got some training for today. Thank you, Tammy. Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, that's I grew up on Winnie the Pooh. I don't know the new kid movies, but that's my thing. So actually, that was my nickname. I ain't gonna say nothing. Let me get back on track, okay? And all right, take two. So with that being said, today we're gonna talk about leadership. We've been talking about the leadership, right? John Maxwell's, and we did this at the office hours yesterday, but I want to kind of really go back into it one more again. We at the office hours we talked about John Maxwell's 21 irrefutable laws of leaders, right? And so in doing that, we had something and we shared. We thought number 2 was the law of influence, right? Number 2 is the law of influence, and I want to share what we was going over because I think that's a it was a really good point. So as we close out, this is something to take with you as we go through. And I'm just going to share it on the screen here. Now, I know it's being recorded. This is not my information. This is John Maxwell, and this right here came from NC State University, right? So I don't want nobody come back saying, Eric, you're using my stuff. This is NC State University website. I just pulled it up. But the law number 1 was the law of the lid. I think we touched on that. You're where you are, right? But then law number 2, can y'all see this? The law of influence. Is anybody in position to read this? Can somebody see law number 2 good enough to read it?
Yes.
All right, talk to us.
Yes.
Somebody read it out for us.
Maxwell's definition for the law of influence is that the true measure of leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. This, of course, is one of John Maxwell's most famous quotes heard around the world and World Wide Web. It's a great quote, but how often do you take time to ask yourself the big question? Who are you influencing? You want me to keep going? Hello?
Yes, keep going if you don't mind. I muted myself, so I wouldn't say nothing. Keep going if you don't mind.
Okay. Maybe a bigger question for us to ask is, what type of influence are we offering those who follow us? Insecure leaders often influence people in such a way that it keeps others down in order to protect their own position of leadership in the group. This is a shame. The best leaders realize that leadership is always about raising people up to their highest potential, even if it means they one day become better leaders than themselves. Leadership is not determined by having a title. It doesn't matter if you're a CEO, director, superintendent, or principal. You are not a leader if people do not follow your lead. Maxwell says true leadership cannot be awarded, appointed, or assigned. It comes only from the influence, and that cannot be mandated. It must be earned, he goes on to say. When it comes to identifying a real leader, don't listen to the claims of a person professing to be the leader. Don't examine his credentials. Don't check his title. Check his influence. The proof of leadership is found in the followers. He ends the chapter with the famous leadership proverb. He who thinks he leads but has no followers is only taking a walk. Wow. Awkward silence.
Powerful, powerful.
My microphone's acting up. I'm sorry about that, Doc. Whoa, that's powerful, man. Powerful. Y'all picking up, y'all catching, y'all seeing that?
What? Man, don't proclaim it yourself. And I see it so often, man.
So, Jock, let's have this conversation on this right here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Because when we talk about this leadership, this influence, you know, what are some ways, and I think we wrote it down yesterday, but let's talk about some ways that people can gain influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I took a picture of it. Let me see if I had a picture of it. I want to talk about some ways that people can gain influence, and I did not, Jock, you wasn't at the office then. I ain't take a picture of it.
I got it.
Man. You got it, somebody?
Mhm. Yes.
Somebody, talk to me. What were some of the ways we said people can gain influence?
Said, I'm sorry, I have an echo if you can hear me. Let me get on the other one.
Oh, can you text it to me? So,
I'll type it
I
in the
got it,
chat.
Eric.
you got it, Gertie?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Production.
Production. So let's park it right there. Production, y'all. Let's talk about that. Gaining influence in our business through production. How do you feel about that? I mean, what's your take on that right there? Can you gain influence through production? I'm on a scoreboard. I'm producing. I got the plaques. Chuck, you hear us?
You talking? Oh, I'm
Yeah, I was
saying,
talking to
say,
you. Yeah, I was talking to you.
oh, okay. Say it again.
What's your take on that right there? Being able to gain influence through production.
That's big. I remember when I first got started, the first thing that my mentor told me was, go do something first. Go do something. Go produce, because that's going to be your attraction magnet. That's going to get people to say, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Go produce, and don't try to just produce normal or average things. Try to produce something above and beyond, because that's going to be attractive to people. And that's what I did coming out of the gate.
Yep. So production, that's a way to gain influence, y'all, by producing. So, and I hear Dr. Teresa said, lead by example. That's a way to get an influence, right? That's one way. It's producing. Now, what he said, don't do average though. You got to go out there and produce above average. That's one way. What's another way we can gain influence, Gertie?
Exposures.
Exposures. Woo! Another way to
Big.
gain influence is through exposures.
Right.
What's some ways we can get exposures? Anybody? What's some ways you can get exposures, y'all?
Going live, posting, staying constantly posting and putting yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
Going around meeting and introducing yourself to the community as a resource.
Come on. Ooh, John, you said introduce yourself to the community as a resource. Let's park that right there. Because a lot of times people try to make sales. There's a difference between let me go out there and try to make sales and let me be a resource.
Yes, big difference, huge difference. Because if you go and introduce yourself, it goes back to planting seeds and realizing that things are a process. If you go around to your community and introduce yourself to business owners as a community resource, hey, how you doing? Just wanted to come by, stop by, introduce myself to some of the employees, some in the maybe the owner, some directors or managers. I'm a community resource. I'm somebody that shows people how to protect people. I mean, protect things that are most important to them, like their families, their finances, and their mortgages, their children. So I just wanted to drop a business card, leave my card. Maybe I can leave a few. Maybe you can hand them out, or maybe I can come back and talk to you and your staff and get, peel back the onion a little more about what it is that I can do and how I can help you guys. Boom, and be gone.
Hold on, Doc. You just gave a textbook. I was thinking that, and I was like, I don't know, and I'm not sure what you're going to say. Y'all don't understand what he said. He did not say, I'm selling insurance. Are y'all catching that? See the difference between I'm a salesperson and I'm a resource. He said, I'm a resource because I'm going in the community, showing people how to protect the things that's most important to them. Like their mortgage, their family. Are y'all with me? All the things that life insurance does, instead of saying I'm selling life insurance, he talked about the benefits. So I'm providing these benefits as a resource.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? When you show up not being thirsty, do y'all know the power of a spin move, Eric? You remember how just like we talked about the jewelry store thing? when you put something out there and take it away and don't look pressed, most of the time people are gonna say, ho, wait, tell me more. If they don't say tell me more, you've already set the stage so you can come back later because you didn't seem pressed. You introduced yourself and you kept it moving.
Yo, I want y'all to I want y'all to catch this. Anybody want to increase their sales? If you want to increase your sales, I'm gonna share something with you real quickly. Change your word track from I'm selling to I'm providing.
Yep.
When you provide, you usually people their mind usually think I'm providing a benefit, a resource. I'm providing value. I'm selling means I'm trying to gain. When I'm selling you, I'm trying to gain something, take something from. That's the way people think. I'm taking something from you, even if it's an exchange. But when I'm providing services. I'm providing this. Are y'all with me? I'm providing you an opportunity. That word providing is so much different. The way psychology, the way their brain. So you're talking to the subconscious mind, y'all. The subconscious mind of the person is picking up. Ooh. I'm providing an opportunity for people. See, think about the presidential debate. Wasn't they talking about jobs? We provided so many jobs. We provided this many jobs, manufacturing jobs, this job. Are y'all with me? This is what we've done. This is what we provided for the country. Not I'm trying to sell you on becoming the president. I'm providing the service that I can do. I'm showing y'all how I'm going to serve you as the president of the United States. Are y'all catching that?
Yeah, and that's big because that's what that was the part I wanted to drive home. You introduce yourself as a community service provider. Big difference. People not gonna be like, nah, get out of here, stop soliciting. You on mute, E. You on mute.
Y'all can hear me or y'all can hear me?
You sound like you're underwater.
Am I underwater to everybody? No, I think it may be just you, Jock.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
There we go. So think about this. Who provides services to you? Don't your electric company provide service to you? Don't your water company provide service? Your gas company provide services, right? They call them service providers, right? But what are they doing? They selling you. If you don't pay them no money, are they going to provide you water, gas, and electricity if you don't send them a check?
Nope.
But we seem like it's a service provider. Are y'all catching that word track? Your phone company, we call them service providers. Who do you get your service from? You go to say, when I go to the store and say, Mr. Robinson, oh, sorry, I walked to Costco. They're like, who do you get your service from? They got an AT&T booth. Who's your service provider? Not who sold you who sold you cell phone? Who provided you the service? They provided me the service at a cost. But in my mind, I'm thinking they provided me a service. I'm so thankful that they provide me a service at a cost. I'm so glad I can pay for my cell phone, my internet, so I can use it for my advantage. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Change the way. See, some of us trying to make a sale. When we in the mode, we're trying to make a sale. We're trying to make a sale. We're trying to make a sale instead of we trying to provide service that our clients need.
Big difference.
Big difference. Hey, Troy, I see the clock. I need a couple seconds, y'all. A couple more seconds. Y'all got a couple minutes. This is the last one. Can we get about an extra 10 minutes? I'm gonna ask y'all 10 minutes to clean up this influence. I want to help some of y'all out this weekend, okay?
Yes, sir.
Y'all, we good? We good?
Yep.
All right, cool. Thank you, Sam.
Yes.
So, Gertie, being exposures. Here's another thing, like I said, Joxy, you can get exposures all over the place, right? Exposures. The more exposure you have, that's going to provide you with people going to think you're somebody of influence. You talk about getting out there, going on social media. What's another one?
Relationships.
Relations. Ooh, influence with relationships, right? Do you realize who you're connected with can give you influence? Right?
Yep.
Who you're connected with can give you influence. Here's the thing. Marcella walked into a Texas meeting. Now, Marcella wasn't the largest superstar. She was like an SFA at the time, or FA. She walked into the Dallas meeting where everybody get a green shirt on, and she had instant influence over people in that room. They was like, oh, wow, you part of Eric and Mary's team? You're part of that team, blah, 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 blah. It was hundreds of people in there. And when she walked in the green sheet shirt, she wasn't an executive director, superstar, made many sales. She put the shirt on and she instantly had influence. Ooh, some of y'all ain't catching that. Your relationship.
You know what the green sheet shirt does in Xperia? Have you ever seen a person, a lady? Let's look at a lady walk around with a Louis Vuitton or Chanel or Prada bag, right? It gives you what? Status.
Influence status. Yes.
That shirt gives you status inside of Xperia. It's an identifiable mark. It's an identifiable brand inside of Xperia.
Yes. You know,
That's right, John. Excuse me, Eric. Just like he said, so they automatically knew. So I was always knowing the green sheet people, the green sheet people. So once they affiliated that, so they automatically know now when they see me that here she come. That's all they know. Here come the green sheet lady. So I'm happy. I'm glad to be recognized as that.
so we had built a brand. So think about it. If you drive a Mercedes-Benz or Lexus, that gives you influence over people, right? Think about it. Somebody pulls up in a Ford Escort. You're like, okay, Ford Escort. But somebody pulls up in a Mercedes or Maybach. You're like, oh, a Rolls Royce, a Bentley. You're like, oh, they now automatically got influence. You feel like they got money. So that's status. They wear Louis Vuittons. They got the red bottom shoes. I see people they sit like this. They be walking high stepping so you can see the bottom of their shoes, right? I'm like, really? And like, man, you try to high steps to make somebody see the bottom of your shoes so they can say, look, I got red bottoms on.
Walking like a Clydesdale.
Oh, Jock, they walk like this big step. And I'm like, man, you act like you guarding the palace in England or something. High stepping like them soldiers. I'm like, what are you doing? They want you to see they got red bottom shoes on. Right? So that creates influence. So your relationships can create influence, y'all. So who are you related to? I'm just trying to tell y'all how to build influence. What's another one, y'all?
Telling your story, telling your character.
Ooh. Your story creates influence. Thank you, Zay. You know, I don't know if we got time for this on Monday. We're going to talk about the story.
Yeah.
Monday,
because people don't realize how big either crafted or you having your own story, or until you get your story all put together, utilize somebody else's story.
Yeah. Your story can create influence. See, nobody ever asked me, I've yet to have anybody ask me, what position is Isaiah at? What level in the business is Isaiah? How much money has Isaiah made?
Right.
He's young money millionaire. So his story, man, college athlete. Some people know his story. He was a former college athlete, right? Now he's in the financial services world. He's starting as young money millionaire. His story created influence over some people. People's like, man, I saw him speaking, right? His exposure, along with his story, along with the relationship, you start putting that together. Now he has influence, and people are like, hey, come speak to my kids. Come speak to my group. I want to put my people in front of you. Are y'all with me?
Mm-hmm.
His story created influence. What's your story? See, some of y'all are running from your story. You're running from your influence. Because you think influence is only a title. We got some EDs, none of y'all know who they are. But the title sometimes can give them influence. But there's some EDs, because they got the ED title. You got some SMs who make more money than the EDs. I got some of y'all make more money than some of the EDs, and you'll never know it. But see, because you don't want to tell your story, you don't realize the influence you have. You're still waiting to thinking it's the title. See, can the title bring you some influence inside Xperts? Yes. But think about it. When we talking about the rest of the world, do they know the difference between a senior manager, executive director, senior financial associate? Do they know our titles? Your prospect don't know the title. When you meet John Smith in the park and at the mall or wherever, do they know what your title means?
Nope.
So how do you create the influence, y'all? We talking about leadership, right? Leadership. This whole thing is about leadership. You want to, if nobody's following you, that's your influence. See, some of y'all think when I get the title, they're going to follow me. I'm telling y'all, they don't follow because of the title. They follow because you're influence, right? Here's the thing, and I'm gonna wrap it with this. When you're talking about trying to be influential inside of this type of business, they want to know, do you believe, and how serious are you?
Right.
How committed are you? I see you got the story, but are you committed? I see you got the story, but are you going to be here? So you got to remember, we're talking about people's financial future. So when they're dealing with their financial future, we're not selling T-shirts, Louis, or bags, or potion, lotion, or pills. We're talking about their financial future. So when I'm dealing with their financial future, I need to know, are you going to be here when I need the services that you say you're providing? Are you going to be here when when I need the services that you say you're going to be providing?
That's huge, Eric. Because if people don't feel that, they're not going to attach to you. If you can't make somebody feel and know that part, because that's a safety net that you're creating.
Part of what we're selling, even your team, even to new people, we're creating that future foundation, right? That financial foundations. So when you say I'm a community resource, I'm influential, I am a community resource. That's saying, hey, I'm planning on being here for the community. This is why I'm here, not just to try to make a sale. You're like, I'm selling this, I'm selling this, I'm selling this. Okay, cool. I'm selling a house. I'm not a resource. I'm just selling a house. I can sell a house today and sell hamburgers tomorrow, right? I can sell insurance today and be selling tennis shoes tomorrow, or I can be doing something else today. How are you positioning yourself? Are y'all with me? Are you positioning yourself as a community resource, a national resource? Are you see? I'm gonna close with this. When we think about national resources, think about this: national resources. How does the country view national resources? What do they make sure that national resources are?
Say it again, Eric.
How does the country view national resources? They've always got to make sure they preserve it and protect it, don't they? If this is a national resource, they're going to do everything they need to protect that resource so we can always have it. They're going to protect the pipeline. They're going to protect the electric system, right? They're going to protect all the resources. When something is a resource, they try to do their best to protect it. The educational system is a resource. Are y'all with me? Because they want the resource to be there. They want continuation of that resource if it's a valuable resource. It's a part of history. It's a part of our environment. Are y'all with me? It's a part of our community. We need to make sure that resource is there. I'm trying to give y'all the understanding of when you start trying to create influence with your team, are you a resource for your team? And I'm gonna close with this. In leadership and influence, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you think that I got to be the one to do it. I got to do it to prove to my team that if I don't make a lot of sales, then I can't lead nobody into sales. That's a bunch of baloney.
Yep.
Your team does not always look for you to be the one. See, that's your internal mindset. Well, I got to do it. If I do it first, that's one way. If you can do it. See, I got the plaque, so I have done it. That's one way, but that ain't the only way. That ain't the only way. Most of y'all don't know how Jamie has built a company with a whole bunch of people leading him, and he tells his story. His story said, man, for the first 10 years, I make 100,000. I ain't had that many people in my business. I had more people join my business in the first year of experience than I had my whole 10 years of being in the industry. Are y'all with me? My whole team. I ain't never built large teams. So how did people influence him? How did he influence people? Because he was a superstar, because he did it all, and no. He understood now, after 10 years, how to craft his story, how to craft the message, and he believed that he was going to be there. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand, some of y'all are still trying to think the only way you can influence is by your production. That ain't what everybody's looking for. I didn't look for Relly's production because I knew I was going to produce.
Hey, Eric, I talked to a gentleman yesterday. He brought in 300 licensed agents in 3 months and is on his way to probably having a $250,000 month. And he hasn't written one application.
That's the guy we almost had.
That's the guy we almost had, bro.
Mm.
But going back to your point, he's that's a different style of leadership.
Different style of leadership. He's like, man, I didn't have to do it all. You
Right.
was a great example. The leadership. See, some of y'all are thinking people ain't following you because you haven't read. They're not following for other reasons because maybe you don't have the influence. And so we just gave you the ways to generate the influence. Because if you think you're a leader and nobody's following you, you're just taking a walk. And
Right.
some of y'all are taking a lot of walks, man. Your Fitbit is blowing up because you got a lot of steps. So with that being said, hope y'all got something out of today. Troy, can you recap it, sir?
Woo, man, I can't recap it, all of that. So
Recap.
we're
Take us to the relay.
gonna rely on the people that were participating today. And everybody that's been in the mix. And I see the number one hand up. I see the man that's on the track, ready to run, to take this thing from one leg to the next. And the first leg is none other than Executive Director, Uncle John.
Yeah, I want to thanks, Troy. I wanted to really drive home this pre-launch. And we got to get excited, ladies and gentlemen, because our numbers should be growing. And when I say growing, especially in this pre-launch phase, we got to create excitement, creates momentum, and the momentum creates the movement. So we got to create a movement right now in about 2 months up into this pre-launch, inside of this pre-launch. Like when I say the numbers should be going up, I'm talking about our daily numbers are actually going down. We got to get these numbers up. And so that, because I'm seeing recruiting happen. So if there's recruiting happening, we need to have better leadership conversations with our new recruits and put value on all of our events. And when I say our events, I'm talking about the morning meetups. I'm talking about the Monday huddles. I'm talking about the coaches corner. We got to put the value on the CEO and the leadership taps because these numbers have to go up. So I just wanted to talk about that part. It's important, especially right now, that we all are conscious of creating the movement. And the way that you do that is when you're talking to your new recruits, even if you're prospecting, talk to them about what our mission is. Get them to buy in to the company's mission, to the team's mission, to your mission, and then you sell them back on their mission and how Xperia can be a solution for their mission. That creates the movement that we all need.
Awesome, awesome. And I see Dr. Teresa O'Day has her spikes on and all laced up and ready to roll. She's in the starting blocks, so ready to take the handoff, and the baton is yours, Dr. Teresa O'Day.
The village. Oh, valuable one indeed today. Just my takeaway got me thinking. First, I just believe we have to understand our audience. And by that, we have to study and know the people we want to influence. And how do we do that? We have to know what they care about. When we talk about the community, what do they care about? What motivates them and what challenges them? Because being resourceful in our community, we have to know the people, just like you gave us the tip today, Uncle Jock. You say, if we went to say, okay, we want to show you how to protect what's valuable to you, and then providing the benefits of the value and resources, I think that speaks volumes, and it creates that influence. And if they were to need anything, who comes to their mind? It's us. So we have to really do that. And being that community resource person opens up doors, whether it's opportunity, whether it's services, or even solving the problems, because we are solution providers. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. And I see this lady right here. She does it all. She will dance with running shoes on. She is none other than the poetic justice, Miss Tawana Chisley, ready to get on the track as soon as she unmutes herself so that she can get this third leg rolling.
Yeah,
Come on, Lady
I
T.
kept seeing you say third leg needed. So do not sell, provide. Say, I'm providing you an opportunity.
Yes.
That was a good one. So I'm getting ready to do my video today, and I'm going to use that term. I'm providing. I like that.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's what you call getting it done quick. So that means we are speeding around the track and we are ready to bring it home. So we're gonna give it on up to none other than the lady that keeps her shoelaces laced up and the spikes ready to roll down that last 100, none other than downtown Rita Brown.
All right, let's see how I'm gonna do this one. All right, what you see is what you get. We are a family. We work together. We're synergy. 35 and under young money millionaires are relaunching Tuesday at 7 p.m. Be laser center focused. Don't be all over the place. If you have a team that fell out the car, open the door back up, invite them back in, strap the seatbelt, and get ready for a ride. When you plant the seeds, just keep nurturing and let them come in when they are ready. Keep creating trust and adding value. Keep piquing their interest. Congratulations to those who made the Entrepreneurs Lounge. Pre-launch. Pre-launch is still going. It was from August, September, October, and November. Pre-launch is central to what we are doing. When we are in pre-launch, it means that they haven't missed anything. Getting in early before the money is dried out. Players are selling their labor. They come in late. It's okay. But we want to think like an owner. They want to get in early. Pre-launch is a critical stage. You have to be able to articulate the message with excitement. Change the way you approach things. We talked about the leadership, the second law of influence. Who are you influencing? What type of influence are we offering to those who follow us? Leadership is not determined by having a title. The proof of leadership is found in the followers. He who thinks he leads but has no followers is only taking a walk. What are ways to gain influence? Number one, production. Being on the scoreboard, getting the plaques. Go produce so that can be one of your attraction magnets. Produce above and beyond. Number two, exposures. Going live and constantly posting on social media. Getting out and meeting people and introducing yourself as a resource. Don't try to make sales. Introduce yourself to business owners as a community resource. You are protecting the things that are most important to them. Leave a card. We are providing benefits as a resource. Don't be thirsty. Set the stage so that you can come back later. If you want to increase sales, change your word track from I am selling to I am providing a service. When you say I am selling, they think you are gaining. When you say I am providing a service, you are serving them. Be a community service provider. Stop trying to make sales and provide a service. The more exposure, you are influencing. Number three, relationships. Who are you connected with? Who are you connected with? The green sheet shirt gives influence status inside of Xperia. It is an identifiable brand. Number four, create a story. If you don't have a story, you can use someone else's story. Stop running from your story. Titles may be important in Xperia, but to the rest of the world, your title means nothing. They do not follow because of title, but because of influence. Do you believe? How serious are you? How committed are you? We are dealing with people's financial future. Are you going to be here when they need the services you are providing? How are you positioning yourself? Be a national resource. With a national resource, we're doing everything we can to protect it. We want the resources to be there. Are you a resource to your team? You do not always have to be the one to do it. Production is not the only way to influence. That's it. That's all.
Once again, we are dropping the mic. And then when you meet downtown Rita Brown, when you know that she's got the influence that she has, Rita, I need you to make sure that you look down very carefully, because if everybody's dropping pins at your feet, you'll know that you've had an impact on everything that's been going on in these morning inspirational calls. So we want to thank each and every one of you once again for participating, because without you, this wouldn't be what it is to each and every one of us every morning, getting us up and getting us ready, getting us started on our day with a bunch of positive, self-motivated, inspirational people. All right, with fine leadership that is unmeasurable. So with that being said, I'm gonna give it back to none other than our executive director himself, the man with one wife, Mr. Erik Robinson.
Well, I'm gonna say this. That's it. That's all. Boom. Dr. Teresa, take us home.
Please, please. Crystal Van is on, my new business partner. Could you all please welcome Crystal Van to the village?
Crystal!
Welcome, Crystal.
Welcome!
Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome, Crystal.
I hope you found this valuable today. Thank you all.
Thank
Have a
y'all.
great day.
That's it. That's all. Welcome, Crystal. See you on Monday. Let's go.
Oh, beautiful. Peace of the Lord be with you.
And also with you.